This is our last lesson for the week. I am super excited that we will get through this. It's going to be very similar to what we've already been doing, and I'm going to start with saying some sounds, and you're going to blend those together to make the word. Okay? So let's get started. Eat, feet. Okay, next one. Wish, wish. Nice job. Okay? Sun, sun. Ass, pass. Cape, cape. Nice job. Snap, snap. That was a harder one. Rain. Nice job. All right, we are going to jump back over to our sight words and our high frequency words. And I picked up the wrong stack of them, but I guess we could review from last week too, right? Okay, our words, we're going to go ahead and look at them again. He. If you use the word he in a sentence this week, can you say that to your mom or dad or whoever's home? Go. He likes to play at recess. I know, it was kind of a trick question and kind of a tricky little trick that I played on you just there. Okay, our next word is look. Can you look to see if there's anything you can do around the house to help mom or dad this weekend? Next word is have. Have you gotten all of your work done this week so far? 4. Mrs. Wilson is struggling with the sentence on this one. How many minutes before? Oh, that one doesn't work either. See, sometimes they just don't. I would like a sandwich for lunch. There we go. 2. I would like some chips too. What? What are you going to do this weekend? Okay. What we are going to do is we are going to practice our rhyming. I know we read a story last week as far as some rhyming words in the Gruffalo story, if you were able to join us on the morning meeting. If you were not, this is a time that we're going to practice right now. So I want you to listen to the word pit. Can you think of a word that rhymes with pit? Remember, it sounds the same, but maybe has a different beginning sound. Pit. Pit. Fit. Good job. I like your thinking. All right, let's try another one. Pin. Can you think something that rhymes with pin? Bin. Nice job. I never thought of that one. Next one is rig. Can you think of something that rhymes with rig? Dig or fig. Nice job. Those are ones that we've been practicing. Bag. Can you make something rhyme with bag? Tag. That is a good one. You guys are so smart. I really appreciate you guys trying so hard. So this week our blending board is actually going to look a little bit different, so I'm super excited about that. So let's get started and move on with that. For today's blending board, it's going to look a little bit different. Always on the 4th day, it looks slightly different than all the other days that we do during the week. So what we do typically on the 4th day of blending board is we review all the letters and the sounds that we have learned over the week. So this week what we have worked on in practice is I like igloo, like rooster, like horse, z like zebra. Remember, it is an S, but it makes the z sound for today or for this week's words. G like goose, b like bear. You're right. So let's go ahead and move over to the blending board, which is going to look a little bit different today. And I'm actually going to ask you some questions so it's a little bit different. And we are going to fill in those words and get started. So I'm really excited about what today's blending board is going to look like. We're reviewing the letters S, H, F, B, and R on today's blending board. So as I said, today's blending board is going to be just a little bit different than what you've been typically seeing. So each of you should have your sound card. On the back of your sound card is lined paper. So what we're gonna do for this activity is use this lined paper. So you're gonna need an expo marker to be able to do this activity. So initially what we're gonna do is, the goal of this is we're gonna read these. You're gonna use these letters right here to see if you can figure out the word to solve this question over here. And it's actually not a question, it's just a clue to be able to determine what word should be right over here. So, for example, if we do the first one, this is the opposite of little. So, what letter right here could I use to make a word that would be the opposite of little? So you have little, so what would be the opposite? So the other side of little would be, what would that be? Let's see, would it be sig? No, that letter doesn't work. Would it be hig? Nope, that letter doesn't work. Fig? Oh, I don't think it was that one because I remember a fig in the Decodable this week and I didn't remember it being anything the opposite of little. B. Big. Is big the opposite of little? I think it is, but I'm going to try this last letter just to make sure. Rig. And we're going to pretend that's it there. Rig. Is that the opposite of little? No, you're right. It's big. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to write big right here on this first line. And then on the second one, this is the opposite of stand. So instead of standing, what would I do instead? So I'm going to use the letters that I have left to figure out what word would make this right here. Okay? You can get these in a baseball game. What is something that you can get at a baseball game? Ooh, that one's kind of a hard one. And then your mittens do this. What do your mittens do? Where do we put our mittens? What do we do? Okay? This is a part of your skeleton. And remember, the skeleton is like your bones, the inside of your body, inside of your skin, or is your skeleton. So try to answer these questions. If you need help, it's okay if you have to get it from mom and dad. All right, try really, really hard, and you're gonna write the spelling of those words right down here on this paper, and then you can take a snapshot of it and submit it through Seesaw. All right, this is our last day of dictation for the week. So you are going to go ahead and pull out this sheet of paper that you've been working on all week, and the last word we have on there is hit. You are also going to need your sheet of sound cards today. This is going to help you with some of those sounds when we write our sentence. That is all we have to do today. So I'm going to list number 7 because we are going to write a whole sentence. So that sentence is, I'm going to say it, and then I'd like you to repeat it. I will say it again, and then I'm going to have you write. But I will chunk it in small chunks so that you have time to write the words as we go, because it can get kind of confusing and tricky when we go too fast when you're trying to write a whole sentence. All right, the sentence is, he can play with his tan cat. All right, I'm going to say it again. He can play with his tan hat. Your turn. All right. He can play with his tan cat. Ready to write? He can play I'm going to say it again. He can play with his tan cat. All right, be sure and give me a thumbs up when you're done writing. That will be very helpful, so I know you have all the words for the sentence. I really appreciate you trying so hard. I know it can be hard. All right, I'm going to say the sentence one more time. He can play with his tan cat. So I'm going to go ahead and write it. He. Oh, you notice I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence. Finger space. Play with his All right, nice job. So if you have made a mistake, make sure you put that X over your mistake and you put the correct spelling or the correct letter over the top of it. If you have it all, great job.